Good afternoon, everybody. For our friends and family sitting in the back, if there are any empty chairs next to you, please squeeze toward the middle. We want to fit as many people in the room as possible. So if there's any empty chairs next to you, please squeeze toward the middle. Get friendly with who's next to you. We want as many friends and family that have traveled long, long miles to see their student. So just move toward the middle, please. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Ross University School of Medicine White Coat Ceremony, fall of 2025. Give yourselves a hand. All right, I want to turn your attention to the center aisle as they start making their way forward. There's the cue. Come on. You'll see our student ambassadors proudly waving their learning community flags that represent their individual learning communities. Learning Community 1, the Green Monkeys. Learning Community 2, the Mongoose. Learning Community 3, the Flying Fish. Learning Community 4, the Hummingbirds. Learning Community 5, the Sea Turtles. And Learning Community 6, the Marlins. These learning communities are more than just names of cuddly local animals. They are your academic homes, your support systems, and the foundation of your journey here at RUSM. Following the student leaders are members of our esteemed faculty, led by our Senior Associate Dean and Campus Dean, Dr. John Ford, representing medical foundations, clinical foundations, community medicine, and the Academy for Teaching and Learning. These faculty members are here not only as educators, but as mentors and guides. They are joined by a proud RUSM alum, by a proud RSUN alum, and your white coat speaker, Dr. Taki Galanopoulos, class of 2007. Ross University School of Medicine, class of 2029. Are you ready to begin? Yes. Friends, family, loved ones, are you ready to begin? They're not as enthusiastic as you guys. I mean, seriously. We'll work on them throughout the ceremony. All right. Then, without further ado, as they make their way up here, it is my honor to introduce to you your Senior Associate Dean and Campus Dean, Dr. John Ford, to begin this celebration of your journey into medicine. Dr. Ford?
Thanks, Dr. Hayes, and good afternoon, everybody. It's always wonderful to see a sea of people looking so good. Thank you for joining us for our 2025 Fall Semester White Coat Ceremony. It's my pleasure to welcome our students, parents, family members, faculty, and colleagues to this semester's ceremony. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to those of you joining us virtually, and a very special welcome to our incoming Semester 1 students. Parents and loved ones, this is a proud moment. The village you created to nurture your sons, daughters, spouses, and friends has now been expanded. It includes Ross University School of Medicine. Your continued presence and support for the students is essential to their success. Our faculty and staff members are proud to partner with you as we collectively support the transformation of our medical students into doctors. Students, today you take a significant step on the road to becoming physicians. This is the day when you will recite the modified Oath of Geneva, indicating your commitment to the medical profession. The white coat ceremony and donning of your white coat is not only empowering, but it also symbolizes your initiation into the medical profession. This rite of passage emphasizes the intellectual commitment and ethical conduct that every patient expects of every physician, including you. You're here because RUSM recognizes your ability to become successful physicians. The decisions you make day after day, small and big, will define your character as a physician and determine how successful you will be. You've made it to this point because of your persistence and grit, attributes that will serve you well. In fact, they'll be essential during the coming years. You come from very diverse backgrounds in terms of life experiences, values, and talent. All these attributes will help enrich the RUSM community, and we look forward to your engagement in the many activities, both curricular and non-curricular, that we offer. At RUSM, we will embrace your personal attributes as we partner with you to prepare you to be an excellent 21st century physician. This is a time like no other. In the United States, the biomedical and public health research community is facing an unprecedented challenge driven by large-scale disinformation or misinformation, and the potential consequences, frankly, are worrisome. Opportunities are being lost for new discoveries, treatments, and preventive strategies. At RUSM, we will arm you with the skills to provide advice and solutions to help your patients make healthy choices based on sound scientific evidence. The healthcare landscape is ever-changing, and new technologies, especially artificial intelligence, have begun to transform the practice of medicine. However, technological advances can never replace a well-trained physician. The challenge of your generation is to apply the technologies to improve health and healthcare for all members of society. We will prepare you to face this challenge. We will prepare you to practice medicine according to the technical standards of the 21st century, while nurturing your professionalism and humanism. We will emphasize the responsibility you must honor, that of ensuring equity in the way healthcare is delivered. And if equity is a bad word, let's try equanimity. If there is anything I must impress upon you, it is that each of your patients must be treated with the same level of care, respect, and dignity that you would expect for yourself or a member of your family. Your experiences will reinforce the critical importance of humanism in medicine. And your compassion is essential as you seek to reflect the values of the medical profession. The white coat will symbolize your professionalism, the vocational calling, and the trust placed in you by your patients. It is an honor and a privilege to serve your patients. You will come to cherish and be proud of your journey. You will be rewarded for choosing to dedicate your lives to the needs of others and for the sacrifices you will make along the way. It is our honor and privilege to welcome you to Ross University School of Medicine and to guide your transformation into excellent physicians. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Hedda Dyer. Dr. Dyer is chair and professor in the Department of Clinical Foundations She will now present some perspective on the meaning of the white coat. Dr. Dyer.
Thank you, Dr. Ford. Class of 2029, how does that sound? Welcome to Ross University School of Medicine, the White Coat Ceremony, and welcome to your entry into medicine as a student physician and future physicians. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to have been asked to speak to you about the history and significance of the white coat and to introduce you to the medical profession. This is our chance to welcome and to congratulate you as you are beginning this journey and to validate your presence among us as learners and as future colleagues. The practice of medicine in itself has existed from ancient times in one form or the other in many parts of the world, all with a common goal of healing disease. I want to share a few comments about the white coat. First, I'll start with the fact that the coat was not always white. In the mid-19th century, the evolution of science had damaged the respectability of medicine by demonstrating that the cures were suspect, and the opinion of medicine was that of quackery and healing cults. Does this sound familiar? Even today, right? And so scientists were admired while physicians were distrusted. The medical profession turned to science, and the collaboration between medicine and science had officially begun. And this collaborative effort persists to this day. And so physicians seeking to represent themselves as scientists adopted the scientific lab coat as their standard of dress. Earlier in the history of medicine, clerical caretakers in hospitals donned black robes. And the severe tone of these robes, sadly appropriate for the fate of many a patient at the time, conveyed a sense of mourning and approaching death. However, with the advances in medical care in the 20th century, hospitals were no longer seen as regarded as houses for dying, but institutions for healing. The white uniforms of physicians symbolized this new hope in medicine. So let's fast forward to today and talk about your white coat. The white coat is the universal symbol of the medical profession. A study of how the media depicts physicians revealed that the most common accessory adorning physicians is, what do you think? The white coat, followed closely by the stethoscope. Excellent. The white coat represents your signature on the covenant and commitment as a student in medicine. The coat represents your commitment to humanistic healthcare, which is characterized by a respectful and compassionate relationship between physicians and other members of the healthcare team, and of course, their patients. It reflects attitudes and behaviors that consider the diversity in every sense of the word, of the values, the cultural and ethnic backgrounds of others. Wearing the white coat for the first time is often described as a milestone, but its true meaning reveals itself over time. At first, the excitement is in being recognized as part of a profession that has long been associated with healing and respect. But with experience, the weight of the coat begins to feel less like fabric and more like responsibility. Each interaction with a patient, each conversation with a family, each decision made in moments of uncertainty reinforces what the white coat actually stands for: compassion, integrity, service. So this led me to think, apart from what I have told you about the white coat and the profession of medicine, what does your white coat mean to you? I am sure that your journeys, though different, all have an underlying theme: hard work, sacrifices, resilience, perseverance, and dedication. I certainly will never forget the sacrifices that were made by my family and the sacrifices that I had to make to achieve my goals. Finally, I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about embracing challenges. Because to achieve your goals, you will inevitably encounter challenges along your journey. Ups and downs, highs and lows, peaks and troughs. I want to tell you that challenges are normal and are all part of the journey. Or resilience, and that is our ability to respond and to adapt to those challenges and to make adjustments required, is key. Flexibility, agility, a willingness to adapt in order to respond, these are key. And these are character traits which you will very soon, if you have already not done so, come to appreciate. You have? So leaning on your mentors, your supporters, colleagues, faculty, family, reach out for help, keep moving forward. For in the end, you will certainly succeed. I would like to leave you with a few quotes about embracing the challenge and conquering your fear. And at this point, normally the quotes are up, and here they come. So just a few as you continue on. And you can see, you can take your pick here, but some of them are very, very inspirational, right? When you see an obstacle approaching, grab your courage and speed up. I like that one. But these are some as when you have your challenging periods, just to keep pressing on. And so, once again, I'd like to welcome class of 2029 to Ross University School of Medicine, and welcome to the noble profession that is medicine.
Thanks so much, Dr. Dyer, for these wonderful remarks. I would like now to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Panagiotis Galanopoulos. I hope I did okay. Thank you. Dr. Galanopoulos is a distinguished family physician and healthcare leader who exemplifies the global impact of a Ross University School of Medicine education. After earning his Doctor of Medicine degree from RUSM in 2007, Dr. Galanopoulos completed his family medicine residency at the University of Louisville, where he was recognized with the Quality Scholar Award and Excellence in Medical Student Teaching Award. Dr. Galanopoulos has spent most of his medical career serving communities in Kentucky, first as a resident at the University of Louisville Department of Family and Geriatric Medicine, then as a family practitioner in Hopkinsville. His commitment to medical education led him to serve as gratis faculty at multiple institutions, including the University of Louisville School of Medicine, University of Kentucky School of Medicine, and University of Western Kentucky. He also served as the U.S. resident representative to the Board of Directors of NAPCRG. I have to go through your curriculum to figure out what NAPCRG is, but it's very important. Well, seriously, this really demonstrates his leadership in family medicine at the national level. Recently, Dr. Galanopoulos transitioned back to his native Canada, beautiful Vancouver, where he continues his practice in outpatient family medicine while taking on significant healthcare leadership roles. He currently serves as physician lead and owner of Blue Water Medical in Vancouver, vice chair of the board of directors for the Vancouver Division of Family Practice, chief medical officer at UTU Health Technologies, and community chief medical officer at Fraser Health. His professional interests include obesity medicine, addiction medicine, complementary medicine, teaching both medical students and residents, and using telemedicine to help patients overcome obstacles to medical care. Dr. Galanopoulos holds dual board certifications from both the College of Family Physicians of Canada and the American Academy of Family Practice, reflecting his commitment to excellence in family medicine across both countries. He has remained deeply connected to Ross University School of Medicine, serving on the alumni board since 2012. His journey from RUSM student to international healthcare leader demonstrates the transformative power of medical education and the global reach of our alumni network. I now welcome Dr. Galanopoulos to the podium.
You really make a guy feel good. That's really nice. That's really nice, guys. All right. I forgot about some of that stuff. It's been a journey. So, you guys, how about you all stand up real quick? Just get the circulation going, right? Maybe fan yourself a little bit, right? Fair enough. Okay, all right. I realize it's me and then the white coat, so we'll get this going. Do I need to do a Ric Flair? No, I'm kidding. You guys know who it is? Okay, I'm not that old. Okay. So, good afternoon, Dean Ford, Ross faculty, distinguished guests, students, families, especially families, and friends. It's an honor to be here with you today. I'm hearing a bit of a ting. I want to thank Ross University School of Medicine for the privilege of speaking at this white coat ceremony again. As you heard, my name is Panayotis Galanopoulos. I go by Taki. It's a bit easier for most people. Class of 07. I was born and raised in Vancouver, Canada. Any Canadians out there? Woo! See, you never know. They're always in between somewhere, right? I'm the son of a restaurateur and a seamstress. I was the first in my family to pursue medicine, and I carried with me the same nervous energy / fear / excitement that many of you feel today. And it's okay. It's normal. Back in 2013, just 2 years outside of residency, I gave a white coat speech to students just like you. At that point, I was early on in my journey, still figuring out what kind of physician I wanted to become, even though I was already a family physician. I mean, family physicians could do anything and everything, right? It's awesome. Plug for family medicine. Today, more than a decade later, a couple less follicles, I return at a very different stage of my career as a practicing physician, an educator. It's really nice to hear when someone else says it. You have a CMO of UTU Health Technologies, vice chair of the Division of Family Practice, and it's quite humbling. But I'll tell you what, there's 16,000 of us Ross alumni out there, and you're about to join a really big team, and that's awesome. Look, I've already graduated. I can have fun up here. It's fun, right? So when I think about my own white coat ceremony, I'll never forget the coat itself. My mom, a seamstress, proudly made it for me. Now, the only problem, she made it with short sleeves. I mean, look, I was the first in medicine. She poor thing, she didn't know. So I get to Dominica, right? I learned that short sleeves are for dentists. I panic. Right? No offense to any dentists in the room, by the way. Just saying. So 15 minutes before my ceremony, I sprinted to back then we had a bookstore and a library. A library is a place that books were in, right? You know, right? I got to buy a white coat, but it taught me something right off the bat. Sometimes things don't go perfectly, right? And that's okay. That's medicine, right? You've got to have the flexibility. You're going to stumble. You're going to improvise. You're going to adjust. And that flexibility will be just as important as the knowledge that you guys are going to synthesize, okay? Pivot, right? Ross, pivot. Get it? I really worked hard on the speech, guys. All right, so Ross was my doorway to medicine. And as I told a bunch of the young learners today, I'm one of the very few people that interviewed on campus. As a Canadian who was about to take on a huge amount of debt, I wanted to see it for myself. So I flew down, and I spent 3 days at the gate, and I interviewed students. And then when I thought it was legit, I had my dot matrix CV, and I handed it to some really wonderful, wonderful faculty, and I actually got interviewed on the island. So I think I count as a Rossi, which is, get it done, right? I studied kinesiology. I taught anatomy and physiology. My luggage took a while to get to Dominica. It was on its own Caribbean vacation. But when I found my people, your classmates, right? I found lifelong friends, colleagues who I still call today in different cities and actually different countries. And it's a community for me that I'm very, very blessed to have had because of Ross University. From Dominica, I went to Miami, and I got my cortadito fuel. Then to New York, my coffee. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Before starting family medicine residency in the great Commonwealth of Kentucky. Yeah, any Kentuckians out there? Woo! In 2015, I returned back to Vancouver, where I now run a multi-provider teaching clinic. I've got physicians, nurse practitioners, residents, NP students, international observers. I'm really blessed to have a lot of young minds around me at all times. And that's what gets me excited about medicine again. And I hope you guys do the same. From Ross, I was a teaching assistant. I did student government, junior faculty. I've been the interim medical director, vice president and past president of the Ross Alumni Council. So I'm not really sure what's left other than dean. Kidding. And I'm now a chief medical officer and a vice chair of a division. That's my arc, okay? That's my story. From nervous student, leaving a pizza shop, to now being heavily involved in multiple facets of medicine, which is exciting. And yours begins today, and it's really exciting for me to think about what's your arc going to look like, okay? It's really exciting, you guys. It's awesome. So recently I opened a medical book from 1903, and that book belonged to my family physician's physician father, and he passed it down to me when I graduated medical school, which was beautiful. The smell of those old pages brought me back instantly to late nights at the Ross Library, surrounded by Robbins and Harrisons. I don't know if those are still textbooks that you guys use. Now, I don't think you're going to have that same experience, that connection anymore with smell of books equals nights equals coffee. But that's okay. Your tools are cool. They're digital now, right? Your lecture's recorded. I had to record my own lecture with my tape recorder. Your study aids are powered by AI, right? Each generation has its own journey. Mine was textbooks, late nights. You're going to be interactive platforms, algorithms. It's great. What matters not is the format, but the discipline, the persistence, and the character that you bring to medicine, okay? Now, to the families and the faculty. Faculty, thank you for teaching medicine the right way. And what I mean by that is you guys are so lucky to have people here whose only thought is how can I teach these lovely young learners and make them do better. Okay, they're not worried about grants, they're not worried about hospital rounds, they're not worried about anything. That is awesome. Take advantage of it. I have to say, you shaped me, and actually, where's Dr. Lars? See here? There he is. I was one of his students. Oh, I made it, Doc. To the families, thank you for your sacrifices or the ones you're about to do. All right, there's going to be a lot of phone calls, a lot of, Mom, I'm hot. Mom, my tummy. Mom, we broke up. No, I'm kidding. So how I handled that is my parents live in Vancouver, Canada, and I had a time. So at 9 o'clock every night I would call, 9 o'clock Vancouver time, they'd get the phone call. They knew it was me. It was a proof of life call. And it only lasted 17 minutes because the Motorola phone I had would overheat at 17 minutes, which was great. It's like, hey, Mom, how's things going? Okay, yeah, where's Dad? Oh, no, we get Dad. Okay, everything's good. Okay, bye. That was it. So don't be afraid to do what you got to do. If you got to Zoom, you got to FaceTime, whatever. Your parents or your support system is paramount to your success. Okay, you guys got to remember that. They're making sacrifices right now that you guys don't know about, and you're making sacrifices right now that they. So they're your backbone. Give them a lot of respect. Okay? I remember my parents came down after first semester, and one of my friends so kindly came to my door and said, hey, man, the grades are up. And I don't know how my dad's ninja abilities were, but all of a sudden this Greek guy comes up and goes, the grades are up? Right? Now, luckily, I did okay, and that was a moment of pride for both me and my dad. All right, so Rossies, all 320-something of you, which is awesome. This is for you. So keep your head straight. I want you to look left. I want you to look right. I saw a lot of heads moving. You're already not listening. That's an H test. But what I want you to do is look to the left and right and see the people you're with, okay? This is your survival. This is your backbone, okay? You're going to go through exams together. You're going to share meals. You're going to build friendships that last decades. I'm telling you, decades. The next 20 months will feel like drinking from a fire hose of information, all right? Find your rhythm, build your routine, and really trust that you belong here, because you do. All right? Anything that may have happened pre-today, I don't care, right? Today is today. You have a fresh piece of paper. Okay, you guys don't even use paper. You have a fresh part of your tablet. Your story that you will write starts today, please, okay? Forget all the drama, all the whatever before. None of that matters now. Today's a fresh start. All right. And when you go to clinical years, remember this, Rossies stand out. Why? Because we roll up our sleeves. Although maybe we should have short. Anyway, I drew labs. I drew my own blood and walked it to the lab. I took patients down to imaging when they couldn't do it themselves. I help residents with discharge summaries. None of it's glamorous, but you got to become useful to your team, okay? When you're useful to your team, you learn, but you're also given more opportunities, right? People want to help people who are going to help them. And Rossies always do that. We're the first to show up and last to leave. We get things done. Become indispensable to your team. Because remember, every rotation, possible job interview, right? If they remember you as the student that was there, that was hustling, kicking butt, taking names, doing it all, who do you think they want to be doing the 24-hour shift with, right? Not the gunner who could quote everything. No, I mean, if you're a gunner and work hard, good for you too. Don't get me wrong. But it's that person who shows initiative. It's that person that shows drive and dedication to their team. Now, medicine in 2025, this is how I know I'm getting older, okay? Medicine in 2025 is changing faster than ever. Artificial intelligence, digital health, telemedicine, it's already here. Those were dreams of mine. I tried to become the electronic doctor of the day to answer faxes when I was a resident, and I got laughed at and told, just get back in the clinic, Galanopolis. And I was like, this is the future. Well, I kind of was right, all right? At U2 Health, the technology company that are you guys laughing at? Is it the sweat? Is someone falling asleep? No, I'm kidding. At U2 Health Technologies, I see firsthand how AI can help summarize notes, predict risk, smooth patient journeys, amongst other things with artificial intelligence. Let me be clear though, no, and especially I had some young people ask me this, okay? No algorithm right now or ever, I think, will replace the compassion in your voice the trust in your eyes, and the comfort that you give to patients at the bedside. I love AI. I'm a proponent of AI. I'm like all woo-hoo AI. But you are going to be doctors, okay? And patients will always want to hear it from their doctor, okay? You're entering a profession that increasingly values diversity, equity, and inclusion. Look around. It's beautiful. I love this. Ross has always been ahead of the curve on this. We have Canadians, Americans, international people, someone from India, Dubai I met today, right? Very cool. Each of us brings our own perspective, and your patients are better cared for when there's doctors that reflect their communities. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? So, okay. Now, we're almost there. I know y'all were like, hey, Dr. G, whatever. But back in 2013, I gave this speech. I told the students, study hard, believe in yourselves, and enjoy the journey. And actually, that advice hasn't changed too much. But today, I'm going to add one very important thing. And please listen. This is very important. I beg you, you're the next generation. The next decade will bring more transformation than the last 100 years. I need you to be ready to lead in medicine. It's not financial people. It's not the tech bros in San Francisco. It's not all these other people that are going to do things for you. I want you sitting at the table, helping make those decisions. Why? Because none of them took the oath. Okay? The oath you take today it's free. It's for life, guys. All right? And I really mean that. None of them took the oath. You did. Protect your profession. Protect your patients. All right? I have a lot of faith in your generation. You're going to guide with skill, compassion, and vision. So, almost done. Study hard. Care deeply. Be kind to your patients, to your colleagues, and to yourself. And lastly, don't forget where you are. Barbados is a gift. Okay, I'm sweating a little bit, but yeah. Don't just live in the lecture halls. Explore the island, the food, the music, the people. I know there's a super cricket festival going on right now. I didn't realize all the guys at the Hilton were the cricketers today. Let's see. Oh yeah, I went and saw Riri's house. I mean, they don't let you in or anything. I was like, anyways. But how many people can say, I did medicine where rum was invented and Rihanna came from, right? I mean, someday on a long night shift in a hospital far, far away, you wish you had one more evening in Barbados, so take advantage of it. Class of 2029, I look forward to the day I call you my colleagues. Thank you.
Truly inspiring words from Dr. Galanopoulos. We're now going to call you up to the stage. You will be called up row by row by our learning community group. Please wait to be called and stand and come to the stage.
Deborah Ati, Jose Casino Cardozo, Thomas Eric Ganal, Faith Josiah, Jathan King, Pierre Lee, Desheila McDuffie, Andre Menezes, Larissa Menezes, Zena Mualem. You may now don your white coat. Esther Esley Nagaye, Itoho Omoregbe, Nahal Orak, Vasundhara Pathak, Michael David Rankins,
Lydia Yana Brown Haynes, Angel Carrera, Jacqueline Case, Catherine Chin, Alice Choi, Diego Estrada, Denasia Graham, you may now don your white coats. Annie Hassan, Caden Hodges, Nia Jones, Raquela Knowles, John McHale, Danielle Miller, Caitlin Oliveira, Adrian Postigo, Esha Satar, Angie Marie Valentine, and Zoe Wood. You may now don your white coats.
Zaina Ali Yala, Alani Andrews, Nana Asamoah Mensah, Ivy Belts, Elizabeth Budslick, Alexis Fisher, Carissa Fryer, Zain Hamid, Otesha Jackson, Rita Lisbeth Jimenez Lopez, Vikram Kumar, you may now don your white coats. Lauren LeBaron, Luke Marzano, Bright Nwanguma, Fayantolu Odawala, Sean Patel, Tenador Sanderson,
Marguerite Bickford, Fawzon Baj, Faith Bridgerin, Shazli Eshazali, Destiny Gaines, You may now don your white coat. Brittany Gradimore, Vanessa Hilton, Mason Heath, Isha Khan, Levi Mayan, Annie Morales Roas, Umfo Nsuewa, Malia Nabi, Tabelo Nebelodi, Angelia Noel, Chukwuebuka Onoa. You may now don your white coat. Puneet Sindhu, Zunia Waos,
Layali Amira, Alexandra Bartolome, Luis Castro Falcon, Samuel Costa, Gia Favrier, Brooke Floodquist, Jia Hao Fu, Annette Gomez Rodriguez, Kaylee Haberman. You may now don your white coats. Tariq Home Run, Rajeshwari Iyer, Shrey Jaiswal, Irtiza Khan, Christopher Lewis, Xavier Morrison, Mala Sharma, Giselle Cecilia, Emma Yaramadi, Ali Rashid, Ashika Bhatt, you may now don your white coats. Maya York, Mary Dagger, Satara Durrani, Morgan Downing, Simi Guman, Leica Koneru, Anastasia Kukai, Tony Lay, Michelle Liang, Kailash Madula, Jessica Nelson, you may now don your white coats. Tim Okewo, Nguyen Pham, Hunter Wold, Jenny Chung, Justin York,
Emi Abegunde, Jane Akwiti, Cole Anderson, Kelsey Avant, Lila Dilawar, Tessa Eckberger. You may now don your white coats. Mustafa El-Baridi. Syed Hashmi. Miriam Iqbal. Nicole Kim. Matthew Makaluso. Faith Cho. Sai Manushri Sai Shavikmar. Madison Selby. Alyssa Villarreal. Zain Wanyura.
Dia Anagu. You may now don your white coats. Navneet Brar. David Burra, Brittany Burnham, Michaela Abdi, Kamana Marshall Griffin, Melissa Ann Sharp, Shagun Handa, Faraz Hosta, Cody Jones, Bridget Alexandria Cole, Cody Little. You may now don your white coats. Zebunisa Malik, Elliot Opara, Jesus Rodriguez Morales, Moses Jacob, Preston Whitening,
Monica Asamota, Dolores Brandt, Amit Das, Refait Famosa, Richmonda Garrick, David Hargrove, you may now don your white coats. Uzair Ikram, Joanna Lund, Hyria Miyaki, Karen Mareku, Jack Mix, John Piermont, Keisha Rahtam, Bajneet Singh, Annalise Thomas, Augusta Vang, Anmal Walia,
You may now don your white coats. Alexis Arias, Hallie Barrios, Anna Bravo, Kayla Lisette Fernandez, Melinda Florvella, Romelia Gonzalez Linares, Mariana Gonzalez Ospina, Sasha Islam, Sydney Mijanowski, Kazim Musa, Karen Noelis. You may now don your white coats. Yudelka Pagan Zapata, Maria Ramos, Abigail St. Croix, Sarah Kim Tu, Stephanie Burnett Joseph, Bhavya Yandalpali,
Sophia Alaf, Carla Bamber, Avira Bola Pragada, Becky Belem Sama, Brittany Boyce, You may now don your white coats. Alexander Brown, Kelsey Challenger, Layla Hussein, Catherine Jean, Nurul Ain Miriam, Sibi Mateen, Mendy Kayla Moello, Amana Morton, Neil Patel, Jose Rodriguez, Taylor Smith, You may now don your white coats. Sid Wundamatla, O'Dane Stewart,
Krish Gupta, Vaibhavi Savant, Shri Anargya Dapartri, Amrita Das, Shravani Sarang, Mustan Gupta, Devyanshi Jain, Man Kukadia, Rahul Murugesan. You may now don your white coats. Krisha Rathod, Vaishnavi Sanil, Merul Saroha, Shambhavi Sharma, Komal Singh, Vihan Srivastava, Srihari Vishwanathan Ramakrishnan, Pushti Yadav,
Arij Ahmed, Omar Alam, Gibbs Bellamore, You may now don your white coats. Robert Coates, Nathan Dollinger, Daisy Dongmo, Richa Kanira, Samantha Faith Melinis, Robert Mendoza, Deborah Morara, Madeline Parmalee, Smit Patel, Tila Quarles, Zainab Ramadan. You may now don your white coats. Lisa Selby, William Nishal Weems,
Gevorg Arabian, Muhammad Asher, Diana Beard, Irene Deeb, Nayla Fair, Marisol Garcia, Amir Garti Chetri, Fahad Iqbal, Ryan Jones,
Very proud.
You may now don your white coats.
I thought you were going to say.
Sanam Carvadia, Thomas Mansour, Luis Rivera, Dayal Singh, Mariam Tuba, Layla Vaisbuk, Christine Yo,
Usaid Ahmed, Noella Anyangwe, Wesley Baku, Julia Dobis. You may now don your white coats. Osasoge Edegbe, Zainab Ahmud, Mislina Karatas, Zubair Khan, Umer Lodi, Derek Long, Tajay McKenzie, Charles Macaulay Jr., Afra Nawar, Isiawele Odioka, Grant T. Porter. You may now don your white coats. Thomas Ritter, Pratika Shah, Vasiliki Cleo Zografi,
Mustafa Ali, Sandia Athere, Rudolph Valentino Baldeo, Gabrielle Blair, Jacqueline Curiel, Natasha Shaw Davis, Diane Foster Livingstone, Stedman Jamfi Darkwa, You may now don your white coats. Aliana Isakides, Raheem Kargar, Brianna Long, Geeta Dia Khan, Brianna Long, Taylor Isabel Mansour, Tiara Mickens, David Austin Newberry, Isabella Parlin, Zaim Syed, Carson Turner, Zaria Wilson, Zaria Kire Wilson, You may now don your white coats.
Rohail Badami, Parampreet Buttar, Mason Dick, Sandra Eldo, Jana Elmotali, Sharan Garlapati, Muhammad Ali Khan, Sonia Masuta, Sana Noor, Temilolua Olajide, Nathan Owanga, You may now don your white coats. Bhumika Paranpally, Stavan Pritesh Patel, Sanuja Panchihewa, Dhruv Shah, Christiane Roberts, Prabjit Tour, Gurjit Tour.
Ahmad Hussein Abulanin, Iniola Adams, Ayumide Adebayo, Samuel Adibembe. You may now don your white coats. Halima Alush, Mahinur Asif, Carissa Calloway, Kevinton Davis, Damien Diol, Ritika Dinesh, Nabila Kandakar, Marissa Pasqualino. You may now don your white coats. Rhiannon Robertson, Lauren Semko, Romaisa Sumro, Michael Vishian, Ali Morayich, Alicia Xavier. You may now don your white coats.
Congratulations to all of our first semester students. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Ramon Walcott, instructor in biochemistry in the Department of Medical Foundations, to lead the recitation of the Modified Oath of Geneva. As Dr. Walcott leads the recitation of the oath, he will read one line, pause, and you will repeat after him. A copy of the oath can be found in your white coat program. And now, without further ado, I would like to invite all of our first semester students who are able to please stand. If you're a physician watching online or here with us in person, we also invite you to participate in reciting the Modified Oath of Geneva. Dr. Walcott.
All right. Afternoon to everybody. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life.
I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life.
I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient.
I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factors to intervene between my duty and my patient.
I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died.
I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died.
I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice.
I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice.
I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due.
I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due.
I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of health care.
I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of health care.
I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard.
I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard.
I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat.
I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat.
I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
So at this point, congratulations, students. So you've heard some inspiring words from the Dean, from Dr. Dyer, from our guest speaker. I will not butcher your name, apologies. And they are words of wisdom that you should bear in mind. So on behalf of the Dean, departmental chairs, and various faculty and staff, I offer you sincere congratulations on this monumental step on the journey of lifelong learning that is medicine. There is a saying that I've heard with a bit more frequency in recent times that says, if you want to go fast, then go alone. But if you want to go far, then go together. So just bear in mind that medical school can be overwhelming for some. But if you have persons with whom you can share the burden, the journey can become somewhat lighter. Bear that in mind. It was mentioned to you that you're a part of about 16,000 RUSM graduates, or will become soon part of that. Always remember, however, that there are both physical and human resources provided by the university to help you on your path. And feel free to reach out to any member of faculty for that bit of guidance or support before things start to feel too weighty, since we're all here to help you. So again, welcome and congratulations.
Thanks, Dr. Walcott. And now, class of 2029, I'd like to welcome to the podium Dr. Brian Hayes, Associate Dean of Student Affairs.
Well, first of all, sit down. You may be seated more formally. Second, this is the warmest Ross Med classroom you're ever going to be in. Bring your sweater on Monday, please. Good afternoon. First off, huge congratulations. Today is a very powerful milestone to officially don that white coat, step into the world of medicine, not just as students, but as doctors in training. Since I last saw you, you're now officially 2 days closer to living that dream. 198,000 seconds, so by my math, you're like almost there, so stick with it. So before we wrap up, I want to take a minute to talk about the most interesting thing in the room, you. So your predominant gender as a class is female, 62%. Your average age, 25. Your age range is from 17, for only a couple more weeks anyway, to over 55. And 40 of you are over 30. Congratulations. As a class, you were born in 35 unique countries. Predominantly the US, 30 of you, India, 17, Canada, 9 each, Nigeria and Pakistan, 6, Cuba, 3 from each of Cameroon, Egypt, Haiti, Jamaica, and Puerto Rico, 2 each from Bangladesh, Bahamas, Iran, Mexico, Nepal, South Africa, and the United Arab Emirates. And 1 each from Brazil, Belarus, China, Germany, Ecuador, Great Britain, Ghana, Greece, Kenya, Lebanon, Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Turkey, Uganda, and Vietnam. Breaking it down a little bit more for those US and Canadian residents, 45 of you are from Florida. 32 of you are from California. 25 from New York. 19 each from Texas and Ontario. 15 from New Jersey. 14 from Georgia. 12 from Illinois and Maryland. 11 from each Michigan and Pennsylvania. Man. 8 from Virginia. 7 Arizona. 6 North Carolina and Alberta. 5 from Ohio. 4 each from Alabama, Louisiana, Massachusetts, and Tennessee. 3 each from Kansas, Nevada, Washington State, and British Columbia. 2 from Colorado, Indiana, Maine, Mississippi, Missouri, South Carolina. And 1 from Arkansas, Connecticut, D.C., Hawaii, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, Oregon, Rhode Island, Utah, Wisconsin, and Manitoba. And in terms of your first name, there are 3 Davids, Faiths, Mohammeds, and Thomases. 2 Alexis, Brittany, Cody, Deborah, Jose, Karen, Layla, Lauren, Luis, Mason, Nathan, Robert, Taylor, and Zanib. And 1 of, I'm just kidding. And last names, we have 5 Khans that barely beat out the Patels with 4, that barely beat out the Joneses and the Singh at 3. And then 2, we have Das, Davis, Goodman, Gupta, Iqbal, Long, Mansoor, Mendez, Shelby, Shaw, Sharma, Tour, and York. All right, let's talk about the journey ahead for a second to wrap this thing up. The ceremony is more than a photo op and an upgrade in your wardrobe, as you know. It's a rite of passage. By taking the oath today, you've committed to a life of virtue, altruism, responsibility, honor, and compassion. To help you remember these commitments, each of you received a white lapel pin from the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, a symbol of humanism in healthcare. Let it remind you that science and compassion are not opposites, but partners. And as you start this next exciting chapter in your journey, there will undoubtedly be challenges. There will be long nights, tough exams, and moments of doubt. When those come, I challenge you to first think back to the moment when you knew this was your dream, your calling. Then think back to this moment here today where that dream took a monumental step forward. As you know, you're never alone. Your learning community lapel pin has been provided to help you never forget that. You have your fellow monkeys, mongooses, hummingbirds, flying fish, sea turtles, and marlins to help support you. Lean on and prop up your fellow members of your troop, pack, pod, flock, school, bell, and never forget the non-student members of your support team are just a call and a message away as well. Student care advisors, faculty mentors, ATL faculty, student affairs team, on and on and on. We're here to support you through your journey. All have to support your academic success, engagement with each other, wellness, and personal professional growth. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, as Taki said, the 16,000 Ross alum out there that are waiting to welcome you into the alumni ranks, and before then to help you with other tasks, such as residency. One last challenge. In the next few days, make a list of the people who helped you get here. Call them, text them, thank them. Whether it was a parent, a friend, a mentor, or even somebody who doubted you. Every one of them helped play a role in your journey getting here. And finally, I'll see you again in exactly 129,500,200 seconds when we hand your diploma. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, keep becoming the physician you've always imagined you would be. Congratulations again. You've earned this moment. Now go make the best of it. All right, so we had to let the camera feed cut out. It's